Hey everybody, Adam here. So in this video, I'd like to share with you some of the results that I've been getting recently on Pinterest and hopefully give you some tips and ideas how you can get results for yourself and get people to click away from Pinterest back to your website. Ideally, you want as many people as possible to come from Pinterest and then go to your site. That will help with the traffic drop that a lot of people have seen after the Google Helpful Content update. And also want to stress that you don't need to spend money on a lot of these tools that you see get pushed or recommended. I've tried pretty much every tool that's out there, and I personally think they're gimmicks and they're not really necessary. The only tool that I would say you could potentially invest in is Tailwind. That's been around for a long time, but a lot of these new things that pop up, they're just not worth it, even though they are packaged quite nicely. So this particular Pinterest account that you're looking at is my Japan travel one. Now, the niche that you choose is really important. There are some that you can grow massively on Pinterest, and there are others that you're just going to struggle due to the niche that you choose. Travel is very popular. However, I've gone quite narrow and I'm only focusing on Japan, which means my Pinterest account in this case isn't going to be as big as a lot of the other bigger travel bloggers that have got Pinterest accounts. But that being said, I'm uploading one pin a day to this account and I'm still seeing some slow but steady growth. We've got up to 100,000 impressions in the last 30 days. Just under 420 outbound clicks, and we can find this by just coming up here and just clicking on Analytics Overview. So it's going to just probably change now. I've refreshed it. Okay, but there we go. So 419 outbound clicks is really the only thing that I'm really concerned about. Obviously, you know, getting people to see your pin so they actually appear on someone's page or their mobile, getting people to save them because they could come back later. Clicking on your pin takes them to the pin, but we want people to click and go to the website. That's the most important thing. Now, if we come over here, we can also see our audience insights. So if we scroll down, we can get a little bit of information about the kind of people that are engaging and clicking. I can see that most of mine are female, just under 57%. The age range is between 18 and 34. Coming from all over, which is good. I don't want all of my traffic to come from one place, so I've got a nice mix of countries here, and people are coming predominantly on Android or on the web. So that's kind of some base information. So when it comes to trying to identify, well, what kind of pins can I create? And this is where keyword research comes in. Let's just come back here. What a lot of people will tend to do is they'll invest in keyword research tools, spend a bunch of money, but I don't really think it's necessary. What you want to do is you want to go to Pinterest and you want to go in an incognito tab. So you're signed out. You want to basically search Pinterest as other people would find it. So you click on Explore Ideas and you just type in keywords. Now you should have some ideas of base keywords based on your niche. So I could put in Osaka, which is a big city in Japan, just hit enter. And if anybody types in Osaka, this is the kind of stuff that's ranking right now on Pinterest for that keyword. Now this one here is a bit different from all of the others. As we can see, this has got some text overlay, but most of these pins, they're just images. We've got a couple of ones here with text on them. So what I want to do is create several different pins related to Osaka, but predominantly they're just going to be images. I find in travel, a lot of basic image pins do really well. And let's just try a different location. Let's go with Kyoto and hit enter. And we can see again, similar kind of deal, just nice photographs are doing well. So that's the kind of stuff that I'd want to do. Whether I would have my own photographs, whether I would go on to something like Canva and use their photos on there, if I'm allowed to do that, it really depends. But I don't have to go and create these complex infographics or complex looking pins for this particular keyword. Now, obviously, if we just come up here and we put our mouse and we click, we get other things that people are actually searching for. So let's go with Kyoto itinerary and see if that's different. Now, if I'm going to go for this particular keyword, we can see now we've got a lot more text. How to spend 3 days in Kyoto, 3 days in Kyoto, 3-day Kyoto itinerary. So 3 days seems to be popular. 3 days here, we've got a 2-day one here. So I can create my own 3-day itinerary image, and then I could have a little overlay and I could see, you know, see how well I do in comparison to these people. But of course, I need to be continuously uploading my pins, you know, 1 a day or 2 a day, so that I can start to get some traction. Consistency is key with anything online, and Pinterest is no different. So if I want to create a pin like this, I could easily create something like this in Canva. So let's go over to Canva, create a quick pin, and then what we'll do is we'll look at how we can then leverage AI to get a nice title and description. Here we are over at Canva. I've got a Canva Pro account, used it for a long time. I really like it. It's, you know, it's been around for ages, well supported. And a lot of these new tools that come on the marketplace, they get pushed by a bunch of YouTubers trying to make commissions. But at the end of the day, they generally create bad looking pins. So let's stick with Canva for now. So we're just going to type in the word Pinterest, and then it will come down here, Pinterest pin 1000 by 1500 pixels. We'll click on that once. Now we can come down here, we can create something blank, which is great if you've got a really nice looking photograph that you want to use. And if you are in the travel niche, you probably do have access to these, but let's just see if we can find a general template that we can use. So this one looks cool. We'll click on this, customize this template. Now this isn't going to be an amazing Canva tutorial. I'm going to delete a bunch of stuff because I just want to show you how to do it quickly. So let's click on this and make that smaller. So I'm just going to double click on this and put 3-day Kyoto itinerary. Okay, nice and simple. Now yes, I can make a nicer font, I could make it bigger, but let's just, you know, keep it quick. Now as for the images, you can use stock images, but I think for travel we want to use something nice. So I'm going to click on uploads. This is Kyoto, so I'm going to just drag that in. I'm just going to keep that for now. So I'm going to get rid of that generic title, 3-day Kyoto itinerary. Okay, now I'm going to copy this, so I'm going to need this in a second. So now I'm going to click on share, download, and then download that. Now we're going to come over here to Gemini, but you can use ChatGPT, cool, doesn't matter, any AI tool. And we've just got this prompt here. Now this is a prompt that I took from Keywords Everywhere and just changed a little bit. So please ignore all previous instructions. Please respond only in the English language. Do not self-reference. You are a Pinterest SEO marketer and copywriter. Don't explain what you're doing. Please write 3 Pinterest descriptions that are between 300 to 400 characters for the following topic. 3-day Kyoto itinerary. Please include the following keywords. 3-day Kyoto itinerary. Add a CTA to click to read the article, which is the most important thing, and save the pin. Now we're going to hit this and we're going to get 3, and we can basically choose which of these that we want. So we've got that. Now I'm going to say, please create a compelling title for the same keyword, and see what it comes up with. Okay, we've got some nice titles here. So we can use this information for our pin. So let's head on back over to Pinterest. And we're just going to click up here and we're going to click on create pin. Wait for a second for it to open up. I'm going to drag and drop the pin in there. I know it could look better, but this is just to demonstrate stuff. Then what we're going to do is we are going to come back here and we're going to take one of these. So obviously you want to make sure that your article does mention the stuff that's in here. So I'm just going to go with this one, copy that. And then we're going to come back and we're going to paste that in there. We then need to go and grab a title. So which of these titles would be good? I'm going to go with this one, intriguing and descriptive. So we'll copy this, we'll come back and we'll paste that in there. Now we need to add a link. So I need to go and grab a link. I've got an article here. So we'll go back, we'll plonk that in there, we'll choose a relevant board. I do have one, I believe, on Kyoto, so we've got that in there. We've got everything that we need. All I need to do is either publish it now, or I can click on publish at a later date, and I can schedule that. So let's go and schedule that for Monday, and we can hit schedule, and then job's done. And we can continue to do this and do this and do this as many times as we want. So let's hit schedule. And if you could dedicate, let's say, an hour a week to do this, you could have, you know, 1 to 3 images scheduled every day for a fortnight, for 2 weeks, and then you come back a couple of weeks later and do it again. It's really important though that it's not just you scheduling images, but you need to have somewhere for the traffic to be sent to. You need to have relevant blog posts. If you want to learn how to do that, leveraging AI, then click on the link below, and there's a free course for you. You can go ahead and grab that. But AI images in the travel niche, where people want to see real things, they might get views, but you're not going to get the results that you want. So you really want to be focusing on, creating decent looking pins, and you do not need to spend money on all of these new AI gimmicks when it comes to image creation for Pinterest, because it's just not necessary. And keyword research can be done for free. So again, you don't need to spend money on keyword tools, in my opinion. Now, this is one of my accounts. If I go to a different browser, this is a different one. So let's kind of scroll up and we can see here, this is another one. This is growing bigger than the travel one because it's not so narrow. The travel one is only Japan. This one can target, pretty much an entire audience globally. This is still a relatively new account. This is actually newer than the Japan account, but we can see that we've got this one up to just over 650,000 impressions every month. We've got, 2.6 thousand clicks. And just to get an idea of, these clicks, these are targeted clicks because people are seeing our images based on a specific search or a recommendation by Pinterest. They're clicking through and then they're clicking again because they're interested to learn about the subject matter. You can check your Google Analytics to, see how well this traffic does, but this is good quality traffic. If you were to spend this amount if you wanted to get this amount of clicks and you wanted to go and pay, Facebook or YouTube or Google, or worse, buy a crappy little solo ad, you could buy these clicks for sure, and you could buy them very quickly if you have the budget. But this is, natural organic traffic. This is not ads. So Pinterest is a really good traffic source, but like everything, you do have to take it seriously. You do have to invest a little bit of time. You do not need to spend a bunch of money on tools, in my opinion, but you do need to be consistent. If you get excited and, upload pins for a few weeks and then suddenly get bored, you're not going to get results. If you choose the wrong niche, then you have to understand that it may not be, the results that you see, you may not be able to replicate, because there are certain niches that do really well. Home decor, DIY, beauty, anything visual is really good. Hence travel, people like looking at travel pictures, food, recipes, all of that stuff do really, really well. But there are some niches that just don't. If you're in the chess niche, if you're in the make money online niche, it can be a little bit trickier, to get a lot of people to view your content. So if you choose the right niche, you're consistent with your pins, you don't need to waste money on all of these new tools that come out all the time, then you can see results and you can start getting traffic back to your website. So I definitely recommend that you take advantage of Pinterest, you learn basics, and you start implementing with consistency. Any questions, let me know. Thank you for your time in watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Take care.